It's only the end of the world again.
Basically, this video is going to prove to you that on the beast in Revelation, hopefully it'll prove that to you, or a messenger slash prophet, depending on whose side you're on. I want to start this off by stating there are two main religions of this earth. You got Christianity and you got Islam. All right. Although at first glance they both appear to worship the same God, upon reading both books, you will quickly see these religions are complete polar opposites. For example, the Quran claims multiple times that associating children to God is a horrible sin, while the Bible clearly describes an antichrist as someone who rejects God's Son. By Muslims rejecting Jesus, according to the Bible, they are of the Antichrist. And when we're trying to figure out who the Antichrist is, that's important for us to put, an important piece of the puzzle we need to put in with everything if we're trying to figure out who the beast is, Who did the Bible say would come in the end of Antichrist? What is his job? One being to draw those who reject Jesus even further away from him. And at the same time, he's going to be used to destroy Babylon and free God's true followers who were enslaved and oppressed during Babylon's reign. God tells them to pay back Babylon double. And this is what I wanted to ask. Why did Paul warn us in Romans of the Pharaoh and Moses scenario? I don't have the exact verse on hand, but basically he wants us of God being able to bring up some people only to crash them back down, and he crashes them back down to make an example of his power to everyone. And basically I believe that's what he did with America. He brought us to the top, and he's going to crash us all the way back down. God usually warns everyone in big ways, such as destroying Pharaoh or even Sodom and Gomorrah. America failed many tests, I believe, that were laid out for us in the warnings of the stories in the Old Testament, and fulfilled prophecies of Babylon, all from being built on slavery all the way to being a hypocritical nation by, this is just one example, by claiming God we trust and abandoning all his statutes, or even legalizing gay marriages and abortions, stuff like that. But I wanted you to see that what happened with Pharaoh and Moses clearly happens again in Revelation. And if you read Revelation, you'll see it looks like the same thing. People are led into this place, and the beast rises, and he gets them out. From what I see, he gets them out of there. and then the beast destroys Babylon. He's allowed to. You must understand that although he is 100% against the beast, and the beast is 100% not good, the beast will be used by God in a few good ways. Just look at Judas. Wasn't Judas? Didn't he pass out bread from heaven? And when he sent out 2 by 2 with the other disciples, he was used for good too. Even though he was ultimately, a son of perdition. But what is 666? It's a holy number in Islam, and the number of the beast in Revelation. Later in this video, I'll explain more of how 666 pertains to me personally, but for now, I want to delve a little deeper into 666. Psalms 66, verse 6. He turned the sea into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. There did we rejoice in God. There you go. There's Pharaoh and Moses, right? All right. Isaiah 66:6. Behold, a voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of the Lord that rendereth recompense to his enemies. Basically, God calls his people out of Babylon and then destroys it, which directly correlates with the events of Revelation as well. Okay, so we have um, one man being used for two masses, at least at first. One mass is being led to safety, so the beast can repay Babylon, while one mass is being drawn to the beast himself as if he were the Christ. It's my opinion that while both sides won't worship the beast, both sides will need his assistance at one point. According to Revelation, he eventually turns on everyone. He doesn't just turn on Christians; he turns on everyone, declares himself God and all kind of crap. But let's see what the Quran thinks about 666. Quran 66, verse 6. O you whom have believed, protect yourselves and your families from a fire whose fuel is people and stones, over which are appointed angels, harsh in spirit. They do not disobey Allah in what He commands them. They were going to assume I'm a prophet like Moses, basically, and that's how God destroys Babylon. If you read the Bible, He destroys it with fire and brimstone. That's what I saw in my dream, and it was more than a dream. But like I said in my video I made 9 months ago, I dreamed of college, and I knew the whole time I was going to. I don't know when, but I know what I'm going to do, you know. Quran chapter 6, verse 66. Your people have denied it, even though it is the truth. Say, I am not a guardian over you. Basically, they're giving a prophet a warning, saying, basically, a prophet can't force people to do the right thing. He can only tell them, basically lead them to the trough, but you can't make them drink the water, pretty much. But it's a prophet on a mission, pretty much. Now you can see what they have in mind. I want to get a little further into how 66 pertains to me specifically, in my opinion. If you read the Quran, you will know they dispute the sacrifice/resurrection of Jesus while still holding on to many old writings/prophecies such as the Psalms. The people of Islam will think I feel many prophecies such as my deathbed prayer for resurrection, etc., when in fact those prophecies were fulfilled 2,000 years ago. Basically, I'm going to fit right into place because they deny that a lot of the things happen to him, and they're going to be happening to me, and they're going to be able to see it, and it's going to just, All right, this is basically I'm going to be killed in prison. I'm going to be raised back from the dead. Basically, they're going to think I'm the prophet in Isaiah. This is where the Nathan 6:6 code comes to life. Basically, Nathan 6:6. The Bible said if you have understanding, try to figure out the code of the beast. They give you the 666. So basically, what I thought was, what about you got Nathan? My first name is 6. It can't be 666 in my name because my name has Sumrall is 7 letters. So I took Nathan and I put the 6th chapter of and the 6th verse of every book in the Bible, and I put them together, and it's eerie and just it's crazy how it comes together. It even jumps over into the Quran, and it's crazy.
Tom, one of the world's brightest minds, and hopefully the key to our success.
He hasn't even mastered shaving, and he's gonna mastermind the infiltration.
Mastermind?
Yeah. To succeed where all others have failed takes a mastermind.
Genesis 6:6. He was sorry he made them. Who? Job 6:6. What taste is there in an egg white? There's no flavor in it. So he's giving you a color. You got white. So he's sorry he made them. What do they have to do? Well, you shall bring to the Lord a male sacrifice. I believe that's me. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's see. 3 Maccabees. The companion in Babylon who voluntarily surrendered his life so as not to serve the vain things. Basically, I'm going to end up having to give my life, pretty much, from what it's all looking like. All right, Romans 6:6. Your old self will be sacrificed, crucified. Judas 6:6. Then in my return, that's God, the sword shall pierce your side. All right, fast forward to 4 Maccabees. Yet while he was being martyred, his sides were being cut. He looked to heaven, and his torturers were amazed at his spirit. I'm in prison, So I'm gonna have to be martyred in prison. All right. I must die in prison to usher in the third seal to take the blindness away from my white brothers. Pretty much, gonna be martyred. I believe I'm gonna prove to you that America's Babylon, and America is in the code too. Let's see. I don't think they're gonna listen though, because I think it's their fate, their destiny to be destroyed. Ezekiel 6:6. Their towns shall be wasted and their idols broken and destroyed. Idols being Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, and all that crap. They would just worship idols over here, basically. It's 1 Samuel 6:6. They will be stubborn as the Egyptians and Pharaoh were, meaning I'm going to come to them and tell them how they're wrong, and they're probably not going to listen, and they're going to pay for it in the end. All right? The letter of Jeremiah 6:6. When you see the multitude of them worshiping, but say in your heart, it is you, O Lord, who we should worship. They're worshiping pagan things. All right. 2 Maccabees 6:6. They can neither keep the Sabbath nor observe the festivals. All right, that's one. I think the fourth commandment, you're supposed to honor the Sabbath. We don't keep the Sabbath day holy. Jeremiah 6:6. The Lord says, cut her down, cast out the siege. This is the city because it is full of oppression. Amos 6:6. And by the way, I'm not just going to sit here and tell you about how all the points I got on about how America's Babylon, because that's already all over the internet probably. This is just how it affects my book and my code and stuff. Amos 6:6. Who drink wine by the bowlfuls and anoint themselves with the finest wine. That's America. It is written in Revelation that Babylon will merge with another country so that Babylon could be destroyed, like Egypt. And it says pay her back for her oppression. They're going to be scattered like deer, it says. Zechariah 6:6. The chariot with the black horses went north. I believe that's symbolizing, I believe Africa and America will merge, and it will be so America can be paid back. But they will come north, and it says the white horses to the left. It says the white horses went west. All right, Judges 6:6. This is where I believe I come in. They were greatly impoverished and cried out for help. I believe they're the fifth, non-whites are the fifth seal. If you read the fifth seal, it says, those souls that were slain for the testimony they held. I believe the testimony they held was this, that the tribulation was actually 2,000 years, and that the white people that were killing them, I believe they're going to be crying out to God. If you read about the fifth seal, you'll see it makes more sense than to think it's just, some people that died in the last day, But I believe that's them crying out for help. Exodus 6:6 tells me, tell them I will free them from the burdens of the Egyptians that delivered them from slavery. It keeps saying Egyptians, they kept, slaves for 400 years, and it's been right at 400 years since we've had them. We were founded on slavery and all that. We're the ones that came up with all this bull crap that pollutes the world, down to the basic electricity. So I believe we hit every mark as far as being Babylon, Not only that, I did see it in a couple of dreams, but Tobit 6:6 speaks of a boy being cleansed from demons. He had, hearts from the fish or whatever. You go all the way to Isaiah 6:6. It speaks of a boy who had sin in his life, but his sin was healed, and he volunteered to go warn the people of Babylon. And I believe that's me. He if you read that story, there's a lot of similarities, and it even happens in the end. And the way I got it worded in my book is just, you better understand it. But where am I? I got a couple notes here I'm reading off of. he was gonna warn them of their sinful ways, but it says don't hear, so they can be paid back. He tells them, and they give him instructions. Don't say a confederacy to those who will say a confederacy, and I believe that's instruction for me not to join the white confederacy here in Mississippi, but to stand out and warn them, but tell them don't hear it. You're not gonna hear it. You got to be paid back. Matthew 6:6 describes praying in a closet. I've been in solitary confinement for 6 years. I'm in cell 6. I'm in a closet. It's not even a bathroom, but Psalm 6:6. I am weary with mourning. Every night I suck my pillow with tears. I don't just cry every night, but I feel like I need to, sucks in here. Alright, this is describing more of me, I believe. Like I said, it sounds funny, but it all makes sense. The Song of Solomon 6:6. Your teeth are white as snow. My teeth are white. Just saying. Proverbs 6:6. Look at the ant, you lazy bones, and be wise. Alright, fast forward to verse 6:9. How long will you lie there, O lazy bones? When will you rise from your sleep? I believe that's telling me that the time is here, Wisdom of Solomon 6:6. For the lowest man may be pardoned in mercy. I believe I'm going to be eventually pardoned. I don't believe it's going to be me. I believe I'm going to die in prison and the devil's going to take over my body. I'll tell you why. But my body will eventually be pardoned in one way or the other. If not by the government, then when I leave, my body will come back to life. I believe that. I'll tell you why in a little bit. Nehemiah 6:6. It is reported that you plan to make God's people revolt, and also that you plan to make yourself king. I believe I'm supposed to make the people revolt and then, be their leader, But I'm bringing peace. The whole thing's going to bring peace, though. Yeah, we might revolt, but it's going to bring peace. 1 Chronicles 6:6. I have chosen King David to be their king. King David was the least of everything. You already know that. I'm the least of my family. My family is the least, at least as far as white people go, the least of the families in Mississippi. Mississippi's the least in in the country. So me and David have a lot in common, We both got good hearts, 1 Chronicles 6:6. Uzzah is the name. I looked it up. It means to rebel. Zerahiah, to break out, to rise. Ecclesiastes 6:6. This one is pretty cool because it gives you a year. Even if he should live 2,000 years, if he never enjoys his life, so and so, 2,000 years is a time. It's been about 2,000 years since Jesus died. I never enjoy life, so I believe I'm like an Elijah. If you read the story, he did similar things to what I'm trying to do. 2 Kings 6:6 speaks of Elisha, that's Elijah's protege. Basically, he received some of his spirit. All right, well, God said he was going to send Elijah's spirit back before the return. I'm still studying on that, but some people think that there will be a Elijah before the return of Jesus the second time. It is kind of odd that it's in the code, Ephesians 6:6. Not as man pleasers being watched, but doing genuinely from the heart. I got a good heart. 1 Timothy 6:6. Godliness with contentment is great gain. I'm content, I'm good. Esther 6:6. Who could the king want to honor so much? Me, of course. I look at that as being the king is God, and yeah, maybe he wants to honor me. Maybe he's going to choose me, Galatians 6:6. Those who are taught in the word must share in all good things. Basically, I feel like I was taught by God, and I'm supposed to share it to everybody. Hebrews 6:6. To renew those to repentance who claim God but put him to an open shame. I believe that's white people. I believe that's my job, you know. Um, all right, Mark 6:6. He taught in the lands and were amazed at their unbelief. For years, I've been online. I don't have my own touchscreen right now. I wish I did. My videos would be a whole lot better. Um, but I've told people about this for years now, and they don't believe me, and they're crazy because it's all real, you know. 2 Ezra 6:6. I planned all these things. This is telling you when it's going to be. Just as the end shall come through me. I don't know if he's talking about me, but the end will come. It's telling you the end. Revelation 6:6, I believe, is referring to my system, which I talk about in the book. You know, they've already been talking about the GPS implants, and I wanted to go a step further and prove that we could be able to safely let all the prisoners out if they had this. You know, it would have a tattoo covering. I explain it all in my book. Basically, I fulfilled every prophecy of the beast in the Bible. I was led into perdition by the devil. It says, those who kill with a sword must die by the sword. Those who lead into captivity must be led into captivity. Perdition. I was led into captivity by the devil. He's got to kill me. I killed with a sword. You know, you kill with a sword, you got to die by the sword. But I hope God forgave me. My name is Nathan George Edward Sumrall. That's 6667. If you notice, my code is half good, half bad. This is my theory that I'm supposed to warn everyone, and I don't think they're going to listen. And then I'm going to die, and it's going to be too late. It says that God will send a deluding spirit for those to believe that the beast, they'll worship him. Basically, they're going to think he's God. Basically, they're going to say, well, he died and he came back to life. My body's going to leave prison. It's going to come back to life. They're going to think I'm God. They're going to look at these scriptures where it says I was numbered with the, transgressors, and I came back to life. And they're going to think that I'm God, and he's going to help them think that, basically. I believe that's the riddle of the 666. That's why it's 666, because I'm half good, I'm half bad. Basically, I believe I'm the culmination of a white beast, the barbarians or whatever you call them, Babylonians. I believe I'm the culmination. They send me songs. They've touched me. They actually, one of them, my three fingers, they gave me a detailed dream. So many dreams I need to tell y'all about and stuff. They woke me up and they touched me with three huge fingers 2 times. They were invisible. They touched my mom on her shoulder. They sing me songs. I literally hear songs sometimes when I wake up. I can hear them like it's loud for a second. And I look up the lyrics and they're sending me messages. I just want to name these songs off. You wouldn't believe the lyrics. I couldn't believe them. It wasn't no repressed memory or anything. It's real, Bohemian Rhapsody basically describes my whole story. It even tells you how I'm going to die. It even going to tells you that I'm going to regret doing all this. And I'm still doing it. Why? I'm being driven. I don't know. They sent me Nightmare like 2 years ago. If you read the lyrics in Nightmare from Avenged Sevenfold, that's what they're telling me. I believe they wrote it just for me. If you read the lyrics, you'll believe me. The first one they sent me, I don't remember because at the time I didn't know they was trying to send me messages, so I didn't look that one up. But the second one I got was Imagine, so I guess they conjured John Lennon's spirit or something. I don't know. The last two I got was Symphony by Switch, and the last one was Fear No More by Building 429. And he's telling you in Building 429 to do it. As for his glory, you got to do it. And then what you choose, I believe I'm volunteering to die just like in my code. Symphony actually got the message to the singer. I was like ecstatic, but she quit talking to me when I started telling her about my ideas about me being the beast, which kind of sucks. I believe that America's Babylon. Lots of people believe that, but I believe basically that I'm the beast. I believe I'm supposed to be the beast. This is the video showing why. Um, the Great Tribulation. I'm gonna start there. Lots of people think it was supposed to be, those 7 years at the end of time, but it's my belief that this is actually way longer. Um, I believe it's about 2,000 years old. Uh, when Revelations 1:3 stated the time was now at hand, that was 2,000 years ago. Revelation 1:9, John said that he's our brother in tribulation at that time. In Revelations 5:1, a book was written. 5:4, Revelation 5:4, no one was able to open the book and loose the seals thereof until Revelations 5:5. Weep not, for the Lion of the tribe of Judah hath prevailed to open the book and the seals thereof. So that to me is proof that the seals started to be opened 2,000 years ago. Habakkuk 1:6, it was prophesied long ago. I'm sending the Babylonians to power those fierce and restless people. They were marching out to conquer other lands, and in their pride they are a law unto themselves. We can't deny. See, what I'm getting at is white people are Babylonians. You can't deny that. When we set out and we took over, you couldn't even sue a white man if he wasn't white. So we were a law unto ourselves. Revelation 6:1, the first seal was opened 2,000 years ago. Not long after that, us white people, we set out and we conquered the world. The white horse sets out to conquer in the first seal. We took over Canada, we took over Australia, we took over South Africa, we took over the USA. All right, Revelation 6:3, his second seal was to be opened. All right, this seal describes a curse. The horse represents a curse. It represents somebody that's going to take peace from the earth with a great sword. It's going to kill with a great sword. So basically, this is a follow-up to the white horse. If you just look at what happened, we immediately after we took over these places, we took entire races off the map, and killed millions more. Native Americans, Jews, Australian Aboriginals. We're definitely the killers of the world, and I believe the red horse is still alive, and I believe I'm the black horse, and I don't know where to start because it's so much, right? But basically, I believe I'm the third seal. All right, I believe the third seal was going to be a dark horse. I believe that represents non-whites. It's the complete opposite of the white. He's going to come with a balance in his hand. He's going to bring everybody together. Race still drives our country from job employment all the way down to, our 80%. Basically, what I'm trying to say, I can't even read my own notes. Basically, what I'm saying is, you look at the population of America right now, it's about 50-50. You got 50% whites, you got 50% non-whites. All right. Look at 99% of the people in government. They're white. You look at all the people without jobs and that are in prison. Large majority of them seem to be non-white, and there's a reason for that. It's the curse, But in my book, I prove that. I get into detail about it. Everybody already knows it, but I bring a lot of new stuff to the table that shows hands down there's a problem there, and it's still alive today. Basically, the balance is going to force an integration similar to the one in the MLK days, when basically, if you think of like 2 or 3 blacks coming into like a white classroom, we're going to have it to where Basically, I want to take the white, the 50% Americans that are white, and I want to take the 50% that are non-white, and I want to put them in two different groups. Basically, I'm going to have it to where uh, you force 50-50 integration. You give 50% mandatory for this race, the whites, and then you give 50% mandatory for non-whites. In the book, I ain't gonna get too much in detail because I ain't got time. But in the book, I go over everything, But that's pretty much the balance. So, why me? One thing both Christians and Muslims agree upon: God has blinded opposition to keep the lost, and the lost must have an alternate logical path to take, or else they would be lost. Take the rainbow for example. There's nothing like it. Who can look at it and not know that loving God placed it there? Why do you think the devil tries to attack that symbol and turn it into something evil? There's really no limit to God's understanding, though. He even granted the rainbow a logical, scientific explanation, allowing all the Einsteins and Hawkings of the world the path they so long for, a path without God. This path must exist. And I think it was pretty ingenious for me to be the beast. By God's plan to make me the beast, He keeps an important path open for those who choose to be lost. He gives them their road to take, their chance to continue rejecting Jesus and assuming I'm merely insane and that I have been in solitary confinement too long. Didn't God say He would raise up someone everyone would least expect to destroy Babylon? As I stated already, I'm going to appear to fulfill many prophecies of the Chosen One, such as He will return to be with His offspring. I got a pretty good idea that we're talking about their own children, but maybe I do get to come back and be with my kids. Be pretty cool. And even Isaiah 42:19, who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger I sent. Basically, what if I'm a prophet and I just didn't know it, Just in case Isaiah 4:1 is about me, I do have a list in progress. It's not complete. But in that verse states, in that day 7 women shall cling to one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Could America really be Babylon? Could I really be caught in a landslide? Isn't America God's country? The September 3rd page in my daily Facebook sells this argument that it's God's country, and I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying that. Christopher Columbus claimed to be brought over here by God Himself, which I don't dispute that, but I think it was for different reasons. I question God's true motives for this. God warned everyone of the Jews' 400-year nightmare, but someone was selling out, learning nothing from Scripture, to bring down another race for another 400 years, more than likely I believe, to fulfill prophecy of Revelation, which I already stated. Kenneth likes the fact that Columbus wrote in his diary that he felt God's hand guiding him, but I'm curious how he feels about Columbus's entries of the best girls to have sex with, 9 and 10-year-olds. The Bible clearly states those who practice fornication but calls themselves believers are liars and commit not even to eat with them. And by America's own rules, 9 and 10-year-old isn't legally allowed to say that you can have sex with them. So even if it was consensual, he's still a child raper, based on the laws of his own country. So that's what we're built on, God said in the end He would raise up the meek and lower the others. I believe I'm going to be the one who initiates this transition one day very soon. Basically, the white horse being brought down and the black horse being raised up. Do I want to be the beast? No. Do I want to be a prophet of Allah? No. I have no choice. It took someone who couldn't make it, and that was me. I'm screwed. They're going to take me regardless of what I want, which is in the song, in the name of Allah, we're not going to let you go. But there's a lot that I don't have time to tell you. Yeah, the Quran says there won't be another messenger, but like I showed, it does allow for Muhammad to come back. So that's what they're gonna think when I come back to life, that I'm gonna be Muhammad probably. So why am I still progressing my demise? So I'll have a voice for a short time. See, I know I'm screwed, but this is what I want to show y'all, right? I had pulled this out. I try to keep this on hand. I ruined my family, and I know I can't get in right with God anymore, but I saw this and I tore it out because I'm like, you know what? I can help other children, right? Basically, it's a little Arab girl on the National Geographic, you know. And I'm gonna have a voice for a short time, and I'm gonna try to bring as many of them little girls as I can to Jesus before I die, and that'll be like me righting my wrong for the universe, for the sake of the, you know. I just feel like I owe it to the universe, if not to God, you know. But that's my goal on my way out, you know. Maybe I am destined to be a false prophet for those who are destined to perish. But I hope at the same time to be a genuine man used by God to explain to his people what's really going on in advance, so they'll stay on track when everything begins to unfold. I wanted to say this too. This guy next door, Devin, I talk to him a lot. He's a real good Christian, but he sent me a Bible, the Oxford Bible. And this isn't the first time I saw it, but they actually had printed it in the Bible. They're trying to sell this Nero as the Antichrist crap. And that's just a bunch of crap from the devil to try to throw everyone off, because it undermines all the prophecies, future prophecies of Revelation. And Nero already died a long time ago. It's obviously not him. I want to say another thing. A lot of the Muslims in here seem to be confused. They seem to hold on to the Bible and to the Quran. You can't do that because they conflict with each other. Obviously, they haven't read either one of them. But this is what I want to know. There seems to be another gospel out there. I don't have internet access. There seems to be another gospel out there that the Muslims haven't produced. I read the Quran and they're saying, this is really what happened. This is what happened, but they're not getting too much into detail. I want to see. They're talking about this other gospel, right? I want to see that gospel, all right? And this is where I think I'm screwed. I think I'm actually going to fulfill that gospel and put the pieces together for them to where they're going to have something to produce. And I don't think I'm going to be able to escape that. I'm not really going to try to. But anyways, I hope you like this video, and I hope you subscribe. And if I'm able to, I'll be able to upload some more.
Now, the second part of the song goes into what hasn't happened yet. I'm gonna get knocked in the head. Basically, it's in, you know, the beast, his deadly wound. He has a mortal wound, which, you know, and he was led into perdition. I was led into prison, you know. But yeah, I'm almost through. I'm taking the shit, man. I'm almost through. Alright, but basically, the third part of the song, damn, that's as far as my notes went, so I'm trying to remember by memory. Alright, the Scaramouche, I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? That's what's happening now, alright? I've already, you know, I killed someone, I threw my life away, I pled guilty. I've gone and thrown it all away. Alright, well, the Scaramouche, he takes his, you know, he gets in a jam, but he's clever. Yes, I'm clever. I twist it around and I aim it at them, at white people. And you know what? I was raised white in a black neighborhood, and then I was moved to a white neighborhood, and I saw how racist they were. And I don't, you know, it's my fate. I don't care. I don't feel bad about it, but yeah, I'm throwing them under the bus, and it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. But basically, the next part of the story is gonna be me trying to backtrack out of what I did, right? Because I get to pull the trigger on it, right? And then I'm gonna get hit in the head. That's when the last part of the song comes in. They're playing the guitars and.
Every effort, every sacrifice I've ever made in my invisible life has been dismissed and judged, ignored. I've been chewed up, used up, and spat out. So I think, fuck it, Fred. I'll make my contribution this way.
Look, I have some great weed out in the kitchen and like $10.
I'm not here for your money, Fred.